So, so Mr. Will Kelty, so you're from California.
Yeah.
You obviously already had a lot of experience in real estate development. How'd you even run across Big Blue?
On the internet.
On the internet.
Sort of like internet dating. I do it with an app called LoopNet.
With LoopNet. So instead of, oh, hey dear.
Hello.
I think I'm gonna have a Glamorama Mama from the microbrewery, which is local. What you drinking, Mr. Kelty?
You know what? I'm gonna stick with the Wichita Falls Brewing Company, whatever you got.
Okay. You want the Glamorama or the plum lot?
Ooh, I'll do the plum.
You know what?
That sounds
Let me try the plum too.
Okay.
I've been getting a little comfy with the Glamorama Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. So are you telling me so like scratch Tinder, you're swiping left and right for buildings?
Swiping left and right for building. Except actually they don't they don't swipe either direction. You just gotta click on them.
You just gotta click on them.
Yeah.
So you're sitting in California, you're looking via this website, and Big Blue caught your eye. Why was that?
You know, actually, I was looking for property in Dallas, and I wanted to do my experience and background is all in residential, and residential multifamily apartments and that sort of stuff.
Right.
And I wanted to do something with an office building, just because I hadn't done it before.
Right.
And so I was looking in Dallas, and I sort of expanded the search, and I was like, what's this building? It's kind of funky.
This is Wichita Falls they speak of. Have you ever heard of Wichita Falls?
I'd never heard of Wichita Falls, right? Everyone thinks of Wichita. All of my friends, when I say, oh yeah, it's over in Wichita Falls, and they're like, oh, Kansas.
I get that, yeah. So Wichita, Kansas?
Yeah, Wichita,
no,
Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls. And
Yes.
then a lot of people, you know, the Hotter Than Hell has some good national recognition.
Absolutely.
So after you looked at Big Blue, was it a matter of, hey, I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna go check it out?
Yeah, it was. I actually, literally, we had some stuff going on in Houston, and I've got a business partner down there, and I said, hey, I'm going to check out this building, and do you want to come with me? And we sort of came in, stopped at a local restaurant, looked up and said, oh, that's kind of cool. And then we took a look around the city, and really it wasn't Big Blue that sold us, it was the downtown area.
Right.
It was deserted, but it was inviting.
Deserted but inviting.
Yes.
That should be our new tagline. No, I can completely relate because, you know, years and years ago it was, I tell people often that as an airman here, you only came downtown to go to Iron Horse in the very bar which we sit.
Yes.
And then you'd have to cab it back to base because they didn't have Ubers back then. But yeah, that's really, I just think that's amazing that you were able to have that vision. I feel like you had that vision when many lacked that vision.
Well, it's funny because you say that we're in Iron Horse right now, which is sort of a stable. The first guys downtown to help with this revitalization, and I came down here the very first night because it was the only place open.
It was the only place to go, right?
Yeah, that and the coyote. No, it was a fox that was running across 8th and Scott.
Right.
And so we came down here for a beer, and I walked in and I said, hey, I'll take whatever's local.
There you go.
And they said, Shiner?
Shiner.
I said, that's not local.
That's about as local as we had at that time.
Yes, and thankfully, Matt Beachy, who's a local resident who was down in Austin, decided to come back and start a brewing company a couple blocks from here. So
Matt's amazing.
in fact, we're going to have his beer in a minute.
We are about to have his beer, and that building is yours as well.
It is. Matt and I met early on when I first purchased Big Blue. Thank you. And cheers.
Salute.
And
I mean, damn, that's plum good. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so I actually, Matt and I met through a friend. I looked up on Craigslist and I said, who makes beer in Wichita Falls? And a local guy, Ken Thornton, popped up and I met with him and he pointed me in a couple directions and he pointed me down to Matt in Austin and said, this guy can brew beer.
That's how you met Matt.
And I drove down to Austin and I called Matt and we met at a brewery. And he said, this is kind of what I envisioned, but not quite.
Right.
And I said, well, God, would you come back to Wichita Falls and do that? He
Right.
said, yeah, I'd have to find the right building. I said, well, I'll get you a building if you start to brew beer up there.
That's amazing. So I
And he is
didn't know that. I didn't know that backstory.
No, Matt is awesome. His beers are fantastic, and he's just a good guy.
I think Matt. I hold Matt in regard with the same regard I hold for you, like a true visionary. And I say that because I remember meeting with Matt in the very beginning, and he was just giving me his concept and his vision. And as a Wichitan, I'm not originally from here, but I've been here damn long enough to
You're
call
from
myself.
Biloxi.
I'm a Biloxian Wichitan. So when he was telling me, oh, it's going to be an open concept, and we're going to have these long tables, it's going to be a real community type, I thought he was fucking crazy.
I thought your first reaction would be, are you going to have crawfish or what?
Are you gonna have, now, if he'd have thrown crawfish in, I'd be like, that's a solid plan right there, sir. But my God, like his vision and what he pulled off here, I mean, it's amazing. You walk in there, you got families, you got kids, you know, and it's not like I've never seen belligerent.
Yeah.
You know, you go in some bars downtown and you're liable to get knocked out or throw a punch. But not at the brewery. It's just he just really nailed that concept.
So wait, you go to bars to throw punches?
Well, Will, you know, I was an airman at one point. I did get in a little bit of trouble. But anyway, let's get back to Big Blue. Let's get back to Big Blue. So I know that when Big Blue was on the market, not a lot of people wanted to touch it. It was so much work.
Yeah.
Now, I know you said that you fell in love not only with Big Blue, but with the city.
Yeah.
And I've seen Big Blue recently. I mean, you got a lot of momentum going on in there. Hence your shirt. Dexter, Unlock Your Inner Genius. Both my kids have been there. They love it. Those guys are killing it.
They're awesome.
You got so many different tenants coming in. I saw a photographer moving in yesterday with all his old school cameras, which you should bring your camera, by the way. You might be able to fix that shit, because I couldn't. So where do you see Big Blue going from here?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question because, you know, when I first got here, I was so focused on just trying to figure out how to get tenants in the building.
Right.
And that's not what it's about. I mean, what makes downtown unique, like Wichita Falls has got some cool stuff going on in terms of art, in terms of music.
Very much so.
And with the Dexter folks, I mean, they're completely creative, right? It's something that you'd find in the middle of Silicon Valley. These guys, entrepreneurs.
So. We're getting close to the end here, but I do want to say this: you're a true visionary. You could have taken your money, your experience, your knowledge, and your vision. You could have taken it to any podunk town in the United States of America. You picked our little town, and because of you and your efforts, in my opinion, we have Highlander, we have the brewery, we have A Street Coffee's expansion, and we have Big Blue that is finally going to be something beautiful. Crashworks, Dexter, I mean, you helped put those core fundamental blocks in place, and you took that risk when nobody else was willing to take it. And for that, sir, I commend you.
I appreciate
and
that.
You need to drink a little faster. You're making me look like I have issues.
I appreciate that, but I mean, if you look at it realistically, right? It's not one person that does anything. I mean, long before I came here, yeah, John and Danny opened up Iron Horse.
You're right. You got the OGs and A Street
You had
Coffee.
Broken Tap right around the
Stacy and
corner.
Broken Tap's killing
8th
it.
Street Coffee Shop, you know,
Yeah.
Gidgets around the corner. And then you had people, you know, that were in progress. You got Denton and Half Pint and Cynthia over at Half Pint.
Yeah, they're okay. I love you guys. All right.
No, there were a lot of people. And Stone Oven Pizza downtown.
Stone Oven Pizza.
Stone
Finally.
Oven Pizza, my favorite pizza
Hey,
place.
I know how humble you are, but you had the vision when a lot of people didn't, and you pursued it. And I remember people looking at Big Blue like, not me, not today. And you came in there and my God, you've had to fix everything in that damn building.
I do have
new elevators, new chillers. I mean, whatever could have went wrong in Big Blue, I feel like it waited for you.
I I do have to laugh when you say that because, you know, when I'd go around and meet people, you know, I'd look at their expression when they say, oh, you're Will Kelty. And I see them looking at me and they're like reading sucker across my forehead. But you know, and we're not there yet, but it's getting to the point where it's, you know, it's getting to the point where it's starting to churn over and you're starting to see more people interested in downtown and it's growing and it's going to be such a cool place.
It is, and I feel very humbled just to be a small part of it, man. So many people try to revitalize the downtown, and so many people fail for various reasons. And I don't feel like it's a matter of, you know, if it's going to happen. It's happening, and it's just cool to see it. Because yeah, again, as an airman, like there was nothing to do downtown. Even when you came, you were kicking it with the Fox and Iron Horse, and that was it.
I literally, the first night here,
I'm kind
Fox
of jealous,
in the middle
man. I
of the
never
road.
saw a damn fox, and
yeah, apparently,
I love foxes.
Apparently, from the Holt, you can look down at a certain time of the day. Vicky Milam told me this. I haven't seen it, but supposedly there's a animal parade that goes down one of the alleys behind the Holt at a certain time of night. She was joking, saying, you know, there's the fox that goes down there, there's the raccoon that goes down there. Oh, we saw a raccoon just yesterday. There was a raccoon.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to see the
a
raccoon.
little baby raccoon, he was so cute.
Didn't get
And
to
he
see the
tried to come
raccoon.
into Big Blue, and he was trying to get into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and they weren't open yet. And
They weren't open yet?
Yeah, and he's busy knocking
Losing
on that
business,
door. He's
man.
Like, he's like, Johnny, let me in.
Oh, I feel like I could talk for another hour.